Hey, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and like this video, comment down below. Let me know if you're a fan of Migos. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel to get more updates. So basically, while everybody's waiting until, they figure out and catch the guys or find the guys, and people still can't believe it, it's still fresh sitting in, and it's still not right, don't seem right ever since this all happened, man. And basically, as they're getting all this stuff figured out together, like, they were wondering, what is Charleston White going to say about this? What's Boosie saying about this? And so basically, like, if you look at it, they're really wondering that, like, how did the guy leave? And did he get back in the same car that they got in to leave with Quavo again after all that happened? And so that's what everybody is wondering, like, where did they all end up going to? Because it don't make sense how, like, they must have all split up. And so they must have gotten their cars. They must have thought that the other person was the one who did it first and stuff. So that's where, like, the confusion comes into play, because if the people that were there were pretty much the people that were from Houston. And so, of course, most of them are going to say, that it was that basically the other guys did it. And so that's why there's always these mixed back and forth saying that it could have even been the dude that was like the manager from Migos or Quavo. And so either way, they're going to have to figure out all that and the ballistics to find out who did it first. But I'm pretty sure there's a camera for that entire place, because that whole place in that downtown, if you look at it, it's all very nice. It's like a whole entire expensive looking place. Is like luxurious type of building in the downtown, so it's got the type of like high rise second level feeling. And they even got it to where it's like a whole street on the second level. So they definitely got to have some type of traffic cameras and some type of cameras for the business. And so what they're going to do is go back and actually, because the ones that's posted online, all that is not, it's not the footage that they need, because it's all choppy, blurry, people moving around. It's not like professional enough, but it's not still enough. It needs to be still. That way they can see exactly what happened without it moving and making it to where they can't see. And so what they're going to do is get that one camera that's up at the top, because when they have that view from the top, then they're going to be able to see exactly what happened. And so that way they can figure out and pretty much study it and see like everybody when they got there, because at some point it's going to be to where they actually had a good look at the face, like a good look at the other one, because they're looking for the dude in the yellow hoodie, they're looking for a dude in the black hat, like they're doing all that stuff right now. So all that in Houston is basically crazy, and everybody's still like, upset. They still mourning for everything lost. Condolences to Takeoff and the family and everybody. And so, it's really crazy, because they still got to go and find the people. But I'm pretty sure that the dude went somewhere and all that with the car that he ended up jumping into. It's not like he ended up walking away and just walking home that night. And then another thing too is that the dude whose birthday it was said that he was already in bed sleeping by this time, and that he didn't figure out what happened until he woke up. And so, and basically by the stuff that's been already put out, they can't even find him when the whole situation is going on. So he actually did go home. And so, but the thing with this is that none of these guys walked home. Everybody that was there actually ran and like got in their cars and left. And so it's like, did they get back into that same convertible that we seen Quavo and them on the story? Because if they did, then like if they got dropped off, then all those people actually know where the dude is. And so same with the other side, like the dude because there was a other dude from the Mob Tie side, like that whole J. Prince Jr. side, because J. Prince Jr. was actually there, because J. Prince Jr. walked by and he looked and he was shaking his head, because he already took his costume off at that point. He took the paint off and everything, because we already seen him in the footage before. And that same dude from the dice game from Duke the Jeweler, that dude with the little twist at that time in the Duke the Jeweler, I think he had on a black tank top, and he was like right in the middle of the screen, like right behind the table. And then now he shows up in the yellow hoodie on this one, and he actually might have pulled up and tried to actually grab the chain. And so, but then he ran off. Everybody ended up running off. And then some dude went inside, and he came back outside with something else, like right before everything happened when the argument was going on. And then, but, Quavo tried to walk off. It was just like a whole bad situation. But, they should have walked off earlier, because the whole place was pretty much closed at that time. It had already been closed for like 30 minutes at that point. So there's no reason for anybody to be up in front 30 minutes before they close, because of anything, it don't matter what's going on. So like there was security there, and the security should have actually told everybody to go leave, and you got to hang out somewhere else. You can't do it in front of here because there's supposed to be security for that place. If a place is closed, that means that they should actually kick out the people and say, sorry, I know y'all paid for the party, but that party ended at 2 a.m. and now it's almost 2:30 or 2:20. That was 20 minutes ago, almost 30 minutes ago. That's actually, if everybody was on point and everybody was thinking right, that's what they actually should have happened, is that the security should have came and kicked them out and told them that they can't just be gathering in front of this, and the whole thing actually already closed almost 30 minutes ago and y'all got to move around, because that's what they would do for any normal person if you go to any normal business. But because there were some celebrities there, and because Jay Prince Jr. was there, and you know, all this people who are pretty much big time in Houston and pretty much run the show, they couldn't really tell them to move around. So what happened is that from them lingering around, that just made everybody else stay around, because you know, they just do like what people around them are doing. And then what happens is that just made it to where everyone stayed around until some type of dumb argument broke out, because there's no way that they were arguing for 30 minutes straight after the whole thing closed, and the argument didn't just spill to outside, because you would have already seen people record them before that. And so the fact that it was that something was brought back up after they had already been pretty much just loitering out front and just sitting out front of the place when it was already closed, but the doors were still open. So that's even a problem, that the fact that the place was closed and the doors was open and that people were going in and out, that means it really wasn't closed, but the party, whatever they were, the doors were unlocked because of the fact that they're able to bend the rules since they run Houston like that. And it's pretty much Migos and the manager, pretty much the only people that are from Atlanta, other than some of the girls that got flown in, because some of the girls that got flown in and they seen exactly everything that happened, they ended up getting on a flight back. They got on Delta and got a flight back, because they posted that on their Instagram as well, showing that they were like, man, I can't believe that. And they dipped right away that same night, got the first thing out. So that's how you knew some of them was flown in, because of how they left so quickly and was showing that they got out of there safe and whatever, and that they're going back. They're just on to the next mission for them. But yeah, that whole situation is crazy and everything like that. The fact that all those people were there, and it was the people from some of the dice game too, from Duke the Jeweler, is just too much of the same situation going on with the same people involved all over and over again. And now that it's got this whole feud going on between TSF and Mob Ties, because Sauce Walka jumped into it and said that Migos and them should have went with him instead. That none of this would have happened, because they ain't on none of that. They're not going to be doing that, I guess, or it would have been a different situation, I guess. But basically that made Jay Prince respond now too, and you know, everything that's going on, and now it's going to make it to where Charleston is going to come out and respond to Jay Prince, because they're all in Texas, and this thing is just going to keep going on because it just got started. And so, man, what's basically going to happen is that a lot more details are going to come out, and they still looking for the dude, and we're going to figure out if they end up finding him and whatever. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to probably make more updates, so go tuning in, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.